Well, that's all coming up, but we still got some business to do here in Biloxi as we turn our attention now to our main event of the evening, and it features a guy who's been there and aims to get there once again, Jermain Taylor. Standing in his way tonight, undefeated Caleb Truax, who hopes to add a highly recognizable name to his list of victories. 28-year-old Caleb Truax. He's a 5-year professional. He has built up an 18-0 record, undefeated, but he's done so against a lot of hometown opponents in his native Minnesota. He's a natural counterpuncher, very much like Lara was, although he took the fight tonight right to Hearns. Truax has recently tried to become a little bit more of an offensive fighter, and he's coming off his 2 best wins, the last 11 months ago. So to say that Truax will be taking a major step up in opposition tonight could be a bit of an understatement. His strategy, take away Taylor's jab, which is his greatest weapon, and bring the pressure. Get inside of that jab, and that's not normally the way Truax fights. But he wants to be a different guy tonight, and he's fighting a guy with many more credentials than anyone he's fought before. Caleb Truax comes into the ring tonight sporting an 18-0 record with 1 draw. He's got 10 knockouts along the way. Steve gives us a chance once more to go behind the numbers.
Is that Caleb Truax or is that David Justice? Bigger test. Truax might not be a big hitter, but unlike Jesse Nicklau, he's a natural middleweight, which in itself makes him a tougher test for Taylor. Hopeful win. It seemed meaningless at the time, but in 2009, Truax outpointed a fighter from Wales named Kerry Hope. 1 month ago, Hope upset Gregor Proxa, who was a top 10 middleweight. And shelving it, Truax hasn't fought in almost a year. Last time it was Taylor who had to deal with all the questions a layoff brings. Tonight, it's Truax.
Well, we've seen guys like this before. We saw the last time I was with you on Showbox. We saw a guy from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Wasn't supposed to be much. Came with an undefeated record, very much like Caleb Truax, and he won the fight.
And Taylor's people are aware of that. Truax does not have the results to assume that he's at this level. But when you're undefeated, you never know how good a fighter is until he loses. So this is his big chance. I'm a little bit worried about nerves. We'll see if he can handle the situation. Because yesterday he didn't want to stare out with Taylor.
Well, here's the other half of this matchup, and he's a guy that you really don't want to stare down with. He was once one of boxing's shining stars, Jermain Taylor. He was the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, and he was one of the sport's most recognizable entities. And then it just all went wrong for him. After 4 losses in 5 fights, several coming by way of devastating knockout, it really did look like Taylor was at the end of the road. A lot of people were concerned about his health. But after a 26-month layoff, and he did get medical clearance, in fact, he got it more than once, he returned to the ring in December to make one more run in the division where he had found greatness. He outclassed a competent but a rather limited Jesse Nicklau. So tonight, step 2 on a road where the next misstep could be the last. 33-year-old Jermain Taylor, he is now 29 up, 4 down with a draw, 18 knockouts. Steve, once again, let's go behind the numbers.
Well, Barry, with Jermain Taylor, long nights. 9 of Taylor's 11 most recent bouts have gone into the 12th round. His stoppage of Nicklau was his first inside the distance win since 2005. Finding a rhythm. Last time out, Taylor had to deal with a 2-year, 2-month layoff, which coming off losses can bring doubts, if not a bit of performance anxiety. That won't be a problem tonight. And erasing the past, we all know Taylor has lost 4 of his last 6, 3 by KO. In his mind, how many comeback wins will it take to adequately dull those memories?
Yeah, and when we talked to him, I mean, this was a very confident fighter, a guy who's now back with his original trainer, feels good about everything, and it's going to be a real task, I think, for Caleb Truax, despite what has happened so far in his career, that is being undefeated. All right, that sets the stage for our main event. Jermain, Bad Intentions, Taylor, and Caleb Truax. We go once more to the center of the ring, and the ring announcer, Joe Antonucci.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Biloxi, Mississippi and the beautiful Beau Rivage Resort Casino and MGM property for Showbox, the new generation. Tonight's bout is brought to you by DeBella Entertainment in association with Everlast and Showtime, who present the rematch, Ortiz-Berto 2, June 23rd, live only on Showtime. This bout is sanctioned by the Mississippi State Athletic Commission Your chairman is John Lewis, our inspector, Frank Cornicione. Introducing our judges as appointed. Keith Hughes, Larry Engel, and David Taranto, and our referee, Freddie Steinwinder III. And now, boxing fans, it's the ShowBox main event of the evening. 10 rounds of action in the middleweight division. Presenting first, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks and weighed in at 160 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in 19 fights, 18 wins, no losses, 1 draw, and 10 wins coming by knockout. From Aseo, Minnesota, please welcome Caleb Truax. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks, white trim, and weighing in at 160 1/2 pounds. His record, 29 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw with 18 big knockouts. Please welcome, from Little Rock, Arkansas, the 2000 Olympic bronze medalist, the former undisputed middleweight champion of the world, and current WB number 6, WBC number 9 ranked middleweight contender, Jermain Bad Intentions Taylor. Our referee has our fighters' final instructions.
All right, then, look, you both received instructions in the dressing room. I want you to listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times, okay? Touch them up and good luck.
As we look at the tail, the key number here, not 160.5, which is what Taylor weighed at yesterday's weigh-in, but 175, which is what Taylor weighed when he started camp for this fight. In the bad old days, Taylor had to reduce from 200 pounds. Quite a difference.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked ready. Here are the rules.
And no standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the ref can stop the fight. You can't be saved by the bell in any round. Accidental foul rule before end of round 4. If there's a stoppage, it's a no decision. After that, we go to the cards.
All right, and what Caleb Truax did learn during the day was the stare down. He did a pretty good job with the referee's instructions.
Yes, very different from yesterday's weigh-in when he was very hesitant to lock eyes with Taylor.
So it's Truax in the black, Taylor in the red, and Truax says he's got to get on the gas earlier than he usually does. He has a tendency to work his way into a fight. He doesn't want to do that tonight.
Very much so, and the first round's critical for Truax because he's making such a huge jump up in class, and it's really very important for him just to get comfortable. And will Taylor let him?
So far, feeling out process. Neither man has thrown a punch. There's a double jab from Taylor.
Amateur experience. We heard Jermain Taylor, an Olympic bronze medalist. Caleb Truax, a little bit different. He started boxing at age 19 and fought in some tough man contests, which ended his amateur career a little prematurely. Pro experience, you see the rounds for Taylor. He's a veteran. Truax, relatively new to the game. Only 111 rounds.
And very limited opposition. As we said, he's fought most of his fights in his native Minnesota. And so far, a very cautious first round for both fighters.
Pat Burns, Taylor's trainer, said Taylor didn't really get loose against Nicolau in his comeback fight until about round 6 or 7, and then he looked like Jermain Taylor. So it'll be interesting to see if he starts slowly or if he continues that round 6 feeling that he had where he was fluid, moving, and used his right hand, which, by the way, was injured early in that fight against Nicolau.
Yeah, and he just threw a right-hand lead. It was very quick.
Watch, Taylor's jab is great. Watch his right hand, though. He used to pull back with it, the bow and arrow effect, and not just let it go from where he holds it.
You talked about the fact now back with Pat Burns. They were a team for a long time, and they will continue what was an interrupted trainer-fighter relationship since Taylor's return. Taylor, by his own admission, was living a little bit too large.
Yeah.
Almost cost himself his family. Credits his wife, who was a former athlete, outstanding basketball player, with really helping him.
And the key to me that told me that Jermain Taylor was serious again about boxing was when he brought Pat Burns back. Because Pat is a no-nonsense guy, and Jermain had his most success with Pat Burns in his corner. And Pat's a tough guy. You're not going to get away with not running in the morning. You're not going to get away with sloppy training habits, and that's why Jermain's been much lighter in between fights.
Well, that's absolutely right. Taylor trying to work the jab here. There was a time I thought Taylor would not lose a fight for 10 years. I mean, he looked that good to me early in his career.
10 seconds.
Coming to the end of the first round. And a relatively close first round. Taylor a little bit busier, I believe, than Truax was. And here's what each fighter had to say about his chances and what he had to do tonight.
I think I need to dictate the pace. If I let him come out and get a fast start, I think that's what they'll try to do, is come out and try to bum rush me a little bit and prove a point that he's on the comeback trail. He wants to get back to title contention. I just have to fight smart at the beginning, and like I said, I want to dictate the pace and make him work for those first 3 rounds and see where his stamina is at, because he's had some problems with stamina in his recent fights. So.
Specifically, I'm going there to beat him down no matter what. I'm not saying I'm going there and throw 2 jabs and 3 right hands. No, I'm going there just to beat this guy down.
Didn't quite do that in the first round, but I think, based on my scorecard, he did enough to win it. Truax not very busy in the first round.
No, not at all, and that's been a problem with Truax. The show stats on 2 of Truax's previous fights, he averaged only 29 punches per round. That's way below the division average, about half the division average.
Yeah, and he said he wanted to start quickly, and he did not do that. He says, by his own admission, said, I sometimes will feel a guy out a little bit too much.
Well, right now, Taylor's not having much offensive success because he has nothing to work off of. But the jab did carry the first round.
Truax still very tentative here. Just kind of waiting on Taylor. Taylor still throws his punches very quickly.
Come on, work it out of there. Let's go work it. There you go.
Good hand speed, throws combinations a lot. Skill level still seems to be there for him.
He's such a good athlete, and he's such a pure fighter in the sense that he would rather fight you than box you. That's just the way he is, and in fact, that's gotten him in a little bit of trouble in his career as well.
There's a left jab, and he turned the second one a little bit. A jab very effective. Truax being a little bit cautious, not trying to step in, not throwing a jab to get in.
Well, Truax is going to have to do something about Taylor's jab, and the best thing he can do is try to time it with a right counter. So far, he hasn't done it, hasn't tried it.
That left hand was caught on the shoulder of Truax. There was a left hand slipped in by Truax.
Right now, Barry, this is a jabbing contest.
Yeah. There's a left hand and the right hand right behind it by Taylor. And he brings that right hand very quickly behind the jab. And his jab, too. It's a no-nonsense jab.
Yeah, Truax is having trouble with Taylor. You know, he's fighting at a distance. It's very comfortable for Taylor. Truax not really applying pressure.
Come on, work it out of there. Let's go. I got you. Bring it up. Step back. Step back. Let's go.
And if you're going to be at the end of that jab of Jermain Taylor, it's going to be pretty hard to beat him unless you counter with that right hand. That's the punch that Taylor's had trouble with. Nicolau, as tough as he was no threat at all offensively. You wouldn't figure he would be in Taylor's first fight back after those knockout losses.
Truax has been a little bit tentative in throwing that right hand so far in the second round.
Hey, nice job, nice job. Keep stepping to the back foot. He's about ready for the 2-1. Okay, he's looking at that jab, he's looking at that jab head. When he gets square, step to that back foot, that 2-1 is there. And the other thing that'll work for you first you got to establish that before you throw that. Get that jab popping. If he's a little short, double up. You did it real nice early in the round, okay? Double up on it if you need to. Bring the right hand, because you're scoring with it, but what do we want to do? If you can bring something back after that right hand, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hook. It can be a one. It's whatever you're feeling. You know, let your athleticism come out, feel comfortable, have fun, okay? You're seeing it. I'm not fighting. You are, okay? Be smart in here. But hey, we're not always throwing fastballs. We throw a changeup once in a while, right? You leave. If you establish a jab, you throw a 2 and a 1. It's nice, okay? Hold that middle. Hold that middle.
And the show stats, Taylor 16-7, but actually his percentage of landing is pretty low there.
I really like the corner, though. I love the idea of one voice in the corner, and you could tell how intent Taylor was on Pat Burns' instructions. They were limited, 1 or 2 things. But bottom line, have fun, he said.
Yeah. Burns was calling for the 2, which is the right hand.
Yeah, he said he's looking for the jab, so try right hand lead. 3-punch combination that time.
And while we had Taylor's mic open in his corner, in the opposite corner, Truax's people were telling him, get busier. Good advice, I'd say.
Yeah, gonna have to do it.
And you know, the same thing goes for Taylor countering Truax's jab, because Truax is jabbing some. And Taylor's power punch is his right hand, so maybe he can counter Truax's jab.
Truax threw a right hand. Taylor was able to duck under it. There's a good right hand from Taylor, maybe the best punch in the fight.
Truax doing a good job of keeping his hands up, and when that's the case, sometimes a little overhand punch, an overhand right, might be better than a straight right.
Triple jab that time by Taylor. Taylor seems to be getting a little bit more into a comfort zone here. Double jab again. There's a combination from Truax as he did get inside for one of the first times. Taylor throws the overhand right, but missed with it.
Yeah, I didn't like the way he threw that right. It was, it had a chopping motion. It came from high and went low instead of being straight.
Nice 3-punch combination there by Taylor, though. A left hand right behind it and back with the left. Taylor seems to be pacing up a little bit here.
Well, it doesn't look like Truax is in too much of a hurry to apply real pressure.
Stepped into the left hand, but took a left hand of his own, did Truax.
You can see Truax kind of inching forward, but he's not going all the way in. He's not forcing an infight or forcing Taylor to back up or grab or readjust at all.
A little bit of swelling under the left eye of Truax now. There's a good right hand from Taylor. Coming to the end of the 3rd round here, and Taylor stepping up the pace.
Nice deep breath. Listen. You need to start firing. Right now, you're holding back that trigger, okay? Pull it. Pull that trigger. Let it go, okay? He's right in front of you, okay? He's not even hardly getting out of the way, but you're just not firing. You got to start, double that jab. I haven't seen it once. You need to start doubling that jab, but bring the right hand behind it. He's right there for it. Follow that. Nice deep breath. Doing good. You just need to start fighting. You need to start throwing those punches, all right? You start throwing those punches.
No, that's picking it up. Start throwing that one through it. Drive that right hand in there.
Let's go, nice and deep. Good. Nice. Let's go. Keep sticking that jab. But I want you to go.
I criticized Taylor as we looked action from round 3. You see that right hand up and then it came down. Instead of Pat Burns wants him to throw that punch straight. He didn't there.
This is round 4, and they want Truax to double up on the jab, just get busier. Taylor has outworked Truax the entire fight.
That was a good jab there by Truax.
And as you said, Taylor pacing up.
Yeah, 59 punches for Taylor, which is about the division average, show stats will tell you. That's the highest output for him so far this fight.
That time Truax stepped in with a jab and a right hand.
Truax talked a little bit in that soundbite we had after the first round about taking Taylor deep because Taylor's had stamina issues. But you know what? I never like that approach, because what happens from round one until you're trying to take the guy deep? Well, in this case, Truax is falling behind on points to the point where he might need a knockout to win, so that strategy goes out the window.
Step back, stop
Yesterday,
punching,
Barry,
step back.
Truax told us, I don't want to be a good Minnesota fighter. I want to be a great fighter.
Yeah, he's got the right attitude. He had the right attitude coming in here. The whole question is, does he have the tools to back up the attitude?
I got you. Don't roll. Let's go.
And part of being a little bit nervous can be the the hesitancy to move your hands, and that's what we've seen so far from Truax. Maybe he, at least consciously, if not subconsciously, is saying, do I really belong here?
Didn't start out as a fighter, started out as a football player, injured his knee, and that's how he got into boxing.
A little more oomph on those jabs from Taylor.
Yeah, right hand by Truax.
Yeah, the best punch in the fight by far.
Good job.
Truax stepping in a little bit better now than he was.
I got you. Stop your punching. Let's go. Let's go.
One thing Taylor's shown tonight, he's shown in every fight of his career, he's very animated with his upper body movement. Swings the left hand like a metronome at times. Some of that's wasted motion. Might be part of the reason he fades late in fights.
Truax, even though I'm not sure he's winning this round, is fighting probably his best round of the fight.
Step back. Let's go.
I would agree.
There's an uppercut and a left hand behind it by Taylor.
Oh, let's go. Get out of there. Time.
So 4 rounds in the books. Talked about the 160-pound division and a lot of talent in this division.
Yeah, Barry, this was the division that Jermain Taylor once held all 4 belts. It's only one of 2 fighters, Hopkins being the other, to hold all 4 major alphabet belts at one time. Sergio Martinez doesn't have one of those belts, but that doesn't matter because we all know he's the best middleweight in the world. And how long before Taylor will fight someone to crack this top 10? Maybe the next fight, his promoter Lou DiBella tells us. Sturm seems to be on the downside. That's the fight they'd really like. Chavez better than we thought he'd be. He fights Andy Lee next. And it's a good division that certainly could use Jermain Taylor's star power.
Yeah, and he looks absolutely fit. He said all the right things when we talked to him. I mean, he's back. And you talked about his relationship with Pat Burns. Readily admitted the mistakes that he made, and he feels those account for some of those embarrassing losses, and some of them fall into that category clearly of embarrassing. And he says it's a whole new him.
Well, the key for Taylor, especially when he moves up in class, will be A, does he get hit, and B, how does he handle getting hit? Right now, that's not a problem in this fight because he's not getting hit.
Right, Truax really with only one punch that has been at all meaningful. And Taylor pretty much walked through that. Left hand and right behind it again. He brings that right hand very quickly behind the jab.
Work your hands inside. Let's go.
One thing neither fighter has been able to do tonight is body punch because they've been at a sort of an arm's length distance.
Well, let's go. If y'all want to stay inside, work. Let's go. Get your hands off of him and work. Let's go. Come on.
One thing strategically that's fair to ask right now, is Taylor winning? Yes. Can he win just with his jab? It seems yes. Should he be walking Truax down? Should he be attacking more? Getting closer?
Yeah, maybe. It'd be interesting to eavesdrop in the corner and see what Pat Burns tells him. There he came with an uppercut. Very tough to lead with an uppercut.
Come on, let's go work inside. There you go.
A little swelling now under both eyes of Truax. Not enough to really cause him a big problem as yet. Nice right hand and a third punch, a left hand behind it. Excellent combination by Taylor.
And Taylor got caught a little bit with a left hook after throwing those 3 shots.
Work inside.
And you see right there that Truax is not all that anxious to fight on the inside.
Work inside. Let's go. Come on. Get your head off of it. I got you. Stop it up. Let's go. Break it up. Come on. Let's go. Break.
Four-punch combination backs Truax up. Taylor really seemingly starting to take complete control of this fight.
He looked angry when he threw those 4 shots.
Took a couple of body shots from Truax on the way in that time, did Taylor.
Let's go. Work it out of there. I got you. Stop it up. Break it up. Step back. Let's go clean. Let's go.
Well, Taylor looked a lot better against Nicolau, but that's largely because Nicolau's a face-first, walk-in guy. But I don't think Taylor's timing is that good tonight. I think he's a little bit off.
Come on, let's go work it out of there.
Given that he has a fighter who is really in the pocket with him.
An effective round, but I don't believe he's hurt Truax yet.
Breathe and relax. Slow your breathing down. Slow everything down. Nice and relaxed. Very good. Nice and relaxed. All right, listen. He wants to get inside. You don't need to bang with him or any of that kind of crap. When he gets in there, just step right hard into his chest, tie him up, okay? Just tie him up. You don't need to be...
Action from round 5. Watch Taylor punch in combination. Again, a little bit down with that right hand, and he did get caught with a counter. And later in the round, infighting, but you could see Truax wants no part of it. He steps back. Very hard for Taylor to get any rhythm in this fight. And so far, Taylor only 27% of his punches. He landed close to 50% against Jesse Nicolau.
Yeah, and as you said, Nicolau, a very different kind of opponent than Truax. But still, I think you'd probably expect a higher percentage.
You would, and especially with a fighter like Truax who's in the pocket. It's not like Truax is dancing, moving away.
Taylor just missed with that right hand. 2 more jabs.
I got you. Stop it up. Break it up. Step back. Let's go.
Truax has not shown any true punching power, even on misses. He's not a puncher. I mean, if I were making matches for Jermain Taylor at this point in his comeback, I wouldn't match him with a puncher either, for obvious reasons. That will come later. It will have to come later.
There's a good right hand by Truax.
Get your hand out there.
Taylor, though, did not take a backward step. That bodes well for him.
I got you. Let's go. Come on. Get it out of there. I got you. Stop your punching. Step back. Step back.
Well, you heard Pat Burns in between rounds. You don't need to trade with this guy. So he's apparently very happy with Taylor staying on the outside and just winning the fight with his jab.
Come on, work your hand
He probably
inside.
wants the rounds.
Don't push the arm. There you go. Good job.
You know, Barry, a lot of fighters we might see on Showbox who are young guys, we might say, well, they need to win and look exciting. I think Jermain Taylor's given us enough excitement for a while.
So, yeah.
He doesn't necessarily have to turn every fight into a war. And you see he's timing way off on that right hand.
Truax has his little flashes, but not nearly enough. And here he tries to step inside, and as Pat Burns said, Taylor ties him up. Don't exchange with him, he said.
And as a result, I don't think we've seen 5 body punches combined from these two
Probably
guys.
true.
Taylor showing a little imagination there with a left hook lead.
He missed with all 3 of those right hands. 2 of them went behind the head, 1 was caught on the glove.
Action from round 6. We talked about Truax not being a puncher. Well, the right hand, Taylor actually dipped right into it, and it hit him on the left ear. And he held, but he was not hurt, at least not judging by his eyes. It's actually a nice punch, nice short right hand that Truax threw.
He pulls his head back.
Yep, he's going straight back.
He goes straight back.
Nice and
three
deep.
with power.
Let's go. Turn those shoulders. Turn those shoulders.
Well, baseball season is underway, and the Miami Marlins have a new look, a new park, and they will star in the Showtime series, The Franchise. You can catch an early look at the first episode tomorrow night at 9, right here on Showtime. Look for the series beginning in July, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And then that's followed by Championship Boxing, Morris and Morrell tomorrow night at 9:30 from El Paso, Texas. Meantime, what we have here in our main event is pretty much a lopsided affair with Jermain Taylor just kind of dictating things against what seems to be an overmatched Caleb Truax.
In round 6, Barry, Taylor, 18 jab connects most of the fight, the most in the fight. And we said earlier, he can win this fight with just the jab, and that's exactly pretty much what he's doing.
That's not bringing anybody out of their seats, but here's a right hand from Truax, and that caused Taylor to cover up for a moment.
Is Truax gaining in confidence, or is Taylor getting a little sloppy here as the fight progresses? I don't know.
Truax has gotten there with about 3 right hands, but it's just been a case of too little. He hasn't been able to follow up on them. And I'm not really sure that any of them hurt Taylor.
We've seen the big right hand.
Truax.
We've seen that Truax has not been hurt in this fight. He's never been down, pro or amateur.
Started fighting in tough man competitions. And that stopped his amateur career because they found out he was in tough man competitions, even though he didn't make any money in it.
Come on, let's go work. Come on, let's go. I got you. Stop your punching. Let's go.
I tell you, given his style, at least the style he's shown us tonight, Barry, it's hard to picture him in a tough man contest.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you're referring to him as a Dave Justice lookalike. Pretty accurate. In fact, when you asked him about it at our meeting yesterday, he said, well, he was married to Halle Berry, and that's not bad. He'll take it. This fight has been pretty much the same right from the opening bell, and it's been Taylor dictating tempo, just kind of outworking Truax.
Come on, work your hands.
And I said it before, I'll say it again, because every round has been very similar. Truax is in the pocket, stepping to Taylor occasionally, but not committing. And I don't mean just by not throwing punches, I mean by not staying on the inside. Now, Taylor's the one that's been holding this round, preventing any infighting.
Come on, your hands are free. Work.
So now Truax just kind of laying in there. Taylor really isn't tying him up right now. Right hand again by Truax.
Come on, let's go. I got you. Stop it up. Break. Let's go. Break clean.
Truax has found on occasion a home for that right hand. Hey, in July, look for the return of 2 highly acclaimed Showtime original series.
Open 5 days a week. No garden variety hydroponic.
What would you be doing if you hadn't done this? Porn star. I kind of have what you need to make it in that business.
Two of the great series, they start again right here on Showtime.
Every time you throw it, you're landing it, okay? Doesn't need to be wild, needs to be short. Just bring back the third punch, okay? You get in close, tie him up. Make sure you keep your back into the middle, all right? He's looking for this. He's looking for you to make a mistake and come over the top. And that's all he's doing, okay? You keep that stick from the shoulder.
I saw a little bit of a welt under the right eye of
Stay down
Taylor.
low, slide the hips in.
As we come to round 8 of this 10-round fight.
And Barry, in round 7, Taylor, 46 punches thrown, his lowest output since round 1. Is he slowing down a little bit?
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, Truax, at this point, I would think would have to knock him out to win the fight.
Come on, work inside. Let's go. You want to get inside? Work. Let's go.
There are 3 important rounds for Taylor, no doubt about it. 1, he has to prove he's not going to fade late in fights. 2, he has to fight a little better than he's fought the last couple of rounds. And 3, I don't think he wants to move forward coming off a downer of the second half of this fight, which is what this has been. He's not been that sharp. He certainly hasn't been that effective.
I think that's true, and I also think prospective opponents are going to look at the fact that he did get hit with that right hand on more than one occasion, probably 4 or 5 times. There it is again.
Come on, work inside. Come on, let's go. If you want to stay there, let's go. Don't push him. There you go. Good time. Pick it up.
A left hook to the body, attempted by Taylor.
Come on, work it out of there.
Nice to see.
And again, this is what Pat Burns wants Taylor to do, so I don't think he's just clutching and grabbing because he's tired. Right hand at the top of the head by Taylor.
He's still not throwing that right hand the way Pat Burns wants it. He's not throwing it straight. You see he holds it right by his chin, and it should come out from there with proper leverage by turning his hip, getting his legs into it.
Step back. Still step back.
There's still an arc on that right hand.
A clash of heads there. Uppercut and a good one, and that buckled the knees of Truax.
Come on, your hands are free. Let's go. Keep your hands free. Let's go. Don't push. Come on, let's go.
Truax looks as though...
I got you, Hope. Stop your punching. Let's go. Step back.
Truax is kind of throwing caution to the wind here now. Right hand, top of the head by Truax.
Taylor getting a little meaner.
Taylor sensing that he might be able to do some business and get his man out of there, perhaps.
And it's interesting because it was round 8 that he started accelerating against Nicolau also.
Come on, let's go. Come on, get your hand out of there and work. Come on, let's go. I got you. Stop your punches. Stop your punches. Step back.
Final 10 seconds of round 8. Pretty dominant round, I think, for Taylor.
Slow your breathing down. I want to see your heart just slow down. Jesus, man, you're looking great, kid. Slow everything down. Slow it down. Nice and relax. Breathe and relax. Great job. Relax. All right, listen. Do not get over anxious in there. Mix it up. You don't need to do that. Okay? There's no reason to do that. You just stay nice and relaxed. Anytime you land a couple shots like that, make sure you come back with a nice solid 1. You see the right hand is there? Now it's there. What do I want you to do after you throw a 1-2?
Come back with something.
All right. If you bring it, it's there.
He steps in. You just got to let it go. Okay? Focus right now. Focus right now. Knowing
You have to be busier.
knowing what you have to do. Let's go.
Round 9, and Taylor maybe getting a little stronger.
Well, we said maybe he was slowing down. Now we're going to change it and say that certainly the show stats indicate he might be accelerating because Truax threw 3 punches the last minute. of round 8. But we saw none of this stuff, none of this inside pushing and mauling in the first few rounds.
No, that's right. There's a right hand, drops Taylor. Just like that. And he's in some trouble. Truax, his corner saying go after him. That was a solid punch that dropped Taylor. I don't think Taylor's all the way back yet. Now we'll see if Truax has any finish in him.
Usually this happens to Taylor in the last round. This time the second to last round.
Taylor just holding on, grabbing right now. I'm not sure his legs are back yet.
And he's holding on to his career, Barry.
He still didn't look too steady to me. Short right hand by Truax. Taylor again grabs. Long way to go in this 9th round.
Come on, let's go. I got you. Break it up. Stop your punching.
That's the biggest problem right now for Taylor. That knockdown came so early in the round.
Break it up. Stop your punching.
Just trying to tie him up. He's in survival mode right now, waiting to get his legs back. Taylor hadn't been able to come up with that, or rather Truax hadn't been able to come up with anything solid since that right hand. And again, Taylor just trying to tie him up.
Stop your punching. Stop your punching. Step back. Let's go. Step back.
Whether he makes it or not, Jermain Taylor's worst fears are being realized right here, Barry, because this is deja vu.
Oh, I got you. Stop it up. Break it up. Let's go. Step
And
back.
it's coming against Caleb Truax.
That's right.
Not Carl Froch and not Arthur Abraham.
No, that's right.
Come on, your hands are free. Work.
If he survives, he should still win the fight. There's another right hand by Truax. And the crowd on its feet here at Biloxi.
Oh, I got you. Now break it up. Stop your punching.
Now Taylor's
Step
showing
back.
the fight that I mentioned before he's always had in him. Pat Burns signaling hold.
Tie him up, yep. Still inside of 30 seconds. And again, Taylor ties him up.
I got you. Stop your punching. Step back. Stop your punching. Let go of it. Let's go.
Taylor in survival mode here.
Well, he's added just enough offense here in the second half of this round to discourage Truax just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he got through the round.
I'll get it. Okay. Get the bucket in the inside, Joey. Hey, Phil. What you looking for? Hey. Round.
He's going to be landing it, so just keep going.
Breathe and relax. What you looking for? Right hand. How your legs feel? Good? Okay. Nothing lazy. Nothing lazy, okay?
You got to take this.
Keep your hands up. If he gets close, you just tie him up. Don't wrestle. All he's got to look for is the right.
Action from a disastrous round 9 for Jermain Taylor. Left jab brings it back very low. That's why he got hit. Watch how low the jab comes back.
Let's go out there and do it right now. You're going to knock this dude out.
I mean, he could have sent an invitation to Truax to hit him with a counter right hand there because that jab was slow and he did not bring it back at all. And he was in range and Truax took advantage. Perfect shot right to the point of the chin. Been a problem for Taylor again and again, and now again.
Clearly, without question, the best round of the fight for Truax. Only round, at least on my card, I've had him winning.
It's a man in the corner.
Yep, now he's out. Here we go, final round. Clearly, Truax would have to have a knockout to win this fight. That's what his corner told him. Pat Burns again telling Taylor every time he gets inside, tie him up. That's what Taylor's doing right now.
I got you. Stop your punching. Step back. Let's go.
I wouldn't be too anxious to use that jab if I'm Taylor, because he gets him in trouble.
He did catch a right hand right there from Truax. He's a little bit short.
From Truax's perspective, don't get too close. Be at a range where you can land that right hand. You want to be right in the perfect punching range. Not too close, not too far away.
Again, Taylor just tying Truax up. That's what he did for the whole last 2 minutes of the last round.
let's go work. I got you. Stop your punching. Step back. Come on, let's go.
Inside of 2 minutes remaining in the fight. 3-punch combination from Taylor, backs Truax up.
I'm not sure if Truax landed that last right hand or just missed, but that's the kind of shot that he has to land here.
Taylor is still being first. Inside, and again, it gets tied up.
I got you. Stop your punching. Step back. Step back. Let's go.
And Taylor with a 3-punch combination. Ties Truax up again.
I got you. Stop him up.
Taylor actually fighting a smart 10th round here.
He is, and you know, you've heard announcers many times they don't go to the refrigerator at the start of the fight. With Jermain, you don't go to the refrigerator in the last round.
That's very true, very true.
So don't go to the refrigerator.
Let's go. Watch your head. I got you. Come on. I got you. Stop. Watch your head. Let's go.
Was a little clash of heads there. Truax just missed with that right hand.
Come on, stop your punching. I got you. Step back. Step back, please.
35 seconds left in the fight.
Come on, Jeremy. Let go of him. Work. I got you. Stop him up. Stop. Let's go. Break it up. Break it up. Let's go.
Is there one more right hand, Barry?
Yeah. Taylor with a left hand.
Work. Stop it up. Stop. Stop. Time.
So there's timeout with about 12 seconds remaining here in this fight.
Did he not have a mouthpiece that whole round? Or did
Maybe
it come
not.
out?
I don't know. There was a left hand by Truax and a left hand by Taylor. And that's it. It's over. Well, I think it'll go as a win for Taylor, but I'm not sure it's anything he's going to want to put in a time capsule.
Yeah, and you have to look at the bigger. I don't think there's a doubt he won the fight, Barry. I agree with you 100%. I have it 98-91. I gave Truax a 10-8 round in the 9th, but you have to ask that, you know, at the beginning of the show, I said that not all losses are created equal. Well, not all wins are created equal either.
Well put.
Get anything off, man. Wait a little bit. You could have got off earlier.
How much did this send Jermain Taylor back?
Well, it follows a pattern, unfortunately, I think.
A pattern he needed desperately to break.
You have a lot of headbutts.
Great fight, JT. Get up there. That's better get up.
And the numbers, first of all, look at the body punches. Hardly anything. Both guys landed 30% of their shots. Taylor busier, landed 49 more shots.
Yeah.
And I think the jab connect from Taylor is a key number there, only 25%. Threw a lot of jabs, 318, but only connected with 79. A little bit disappointing percentage there for Taylor.
Yeah.
But the story of the fight, Barry, is one punch, and it wasn't landed by Taylor.
No, that's exactly right, and I think that's what's going to hold him back. Now, they were talking one fight and then perhaps a title shot. I don't know, Steve. Is he still in that? Would you say that's still fact?
Well, I think the champions are going to be more than ever anxious to fight him.
Well, that's true.
And I think that his people are going to have to fully reevaluate everything now and maybe take a step back before they take a step forward.
No, you're okay.
So he probably will get away with a victory. Hey, in June, Showtime Championship Boxing presents the rematch of one of the most thrilling fights of last year. Former welterweight title holders Vicious, Victor Ortiz, and Andre Berto will go at it again and try to replicate last April's Donnybrook. Remember that one in which both men tasted the canvas. Join us for all the action here in June, right here on Showtime. All right, once more, let's take you up the center of the ring. Joe Antonacci with the decision. Joe?
Boxing fans, before we go to the scorecards, how about a round of applause for these two warriors? 10 rounds of non-stop action. And after 10 rounds, we do go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Keith Hughes scores the bout, 98-91. Judge Larry Engel scores it 97-92, and Judge David Taranto scores it 97-94. All for your winner by unanimous decision. Jermain, Bad Intentions Taylor.
This fight, and was it an impressive victory? Well, I don't know. Right now, he's a happy guy, but I think they're going to want to take a look at this fight and see where he really is. Taylor wins the fight a little bit closer on some of the judges' scorecards than it was on Steve's card or on my card, but a win is a win. But as Steve Farr had mentioned, that one right hand was the big difference in the fight, and it was a right hand that was thrown not by Taylor, but rather by Truax. Let's go to the center of the ring. Steve Farhood with the winner. Steve.
Whatever they want to do.
Thank you, Barry. Jermain, a lot of emotion right now from you at the end of this fight. Why?
I've been knocked out 4 times, man. And it's just, I'm not going no more. All the training I'm doing, man, is paying off. My coach, Pat, we've been working in the gym, man. It's all about work now. I'm not going no more, so whoever get in here better come with it. This was a tune-up. So imagine the fight. Whoever won it, man.
You won 9 out of 10 rounds, but you know that the only thing everybody's going to talk about is the right hand Truax landed.
Yeah. Talk about it. Let them talk about it. I got back up and did my thing.
Here, take a look at it here, Jermain.
Yeah.
Left jab doesn't come back after you throw it.
Hand down, yep. Hand down. We worked on that all day. Look at me. Look at me, yeah. That's all I've been thinking about was how I was going to act when I get knocked down, if I get knocked down. Watch me. Hand down, yep. Didn't come back with it, yep. That's we worked on. But watch at me. Get on back up, boy, and get him. No, good punch too, man. Right on the button. Look at him raising his hand. Hell no.
Jermain, when you got up, how steady were you on your legs?
I was all right. I was a little dazed. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but always in my mind was this is what I worked for. This is what I planned in my head is this feeling, because I know that feeling. So I've been there before, But now I'm in shape, so I can get back on his ass.
Now you seem very pleased that you got up from a knockdown, but what about the fact that you suffered the knockdown in the first place?
I don't care. I don't care about getting knocked out. Like I said, I've been knocked out a lot of times, so who gives a damn? I don't care. That's what's dangerous about me. Is I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? They got to get me out of there. If they don't, I'm beating them no matter what.
How does what happened tonight, and I'll ask both you and Pat, how does what happened tonight impact the immediate future and the kind of course you're going to want to take?
Whoever wanted, man, you can answer, baby. Whoever wanted, whoever got a belt, we calling. My promoter, Lou DiBella, my manager, Al Heyman, we calling, so be prepared.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Lou, and we're going to talk to Al Heyman about it, and
good work.
We'll see what's next. So.
Number 1 trainer, got knocked out.
Is it possible that it will be necessary to take a step back before you take a step forward? Because you can't be pleased with the fact that he was on the floor.
The thing is that he got lazy on that left hand.
Yep.
He can get lazy on the left hand in one fight. It won't happen again. Lou DiBella and Al will make that decision, but he's ready to go. He got lazy with that left hand. You saw it on tape. You get lazy, you're going to get cracked, and that's what happened. But I'm real proud of him. He used his composure. He showed his experience. He tied the guy up, helped himself recover, and then that kid was pretty shot, and, of course, we went after it after that. So I was real happy with that. Don't like the lazy left hand. It's something we'll go back and work on in the gym.
So yesterday at the fighter meetings, you told us that possibly, I think it was Lou said, the next one might be a top 10 middleweight. You'd want that at this point, despite the knockdown.
I told you, whoever, yes, I want a top 10. So whoever in the top 10 that got something I want, I'm coming to get it. No matter what, you got to get me out of there. You can't just knock me down and think you'll win. No, you got to get me out of there. I'm coming, and I bet you next time I'm coming even harder.
Jermain Taylor still got a lot of fight left in him. We'll go back to Barry ringside. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Steve. So Jermain Taylor does get the win, and he feels pretty good about it. He had to dodge a very big bullet in order to do it, but he says, I'm ready for anybody, and I feel quite honestly that anybody may be ready for him too. He did get lazy with the left hand. He also followed the game plan of Pat Burns. Burns wanted him to hold on, clutch, grab every time Truax got inside. It might not have been pretty, but it was good strategy, and I think that went a long way toward winning this fight for Jermain Taylor. His jab, it was a snapping jab. Was it an effective jab? Not particularly. You heard the numbers that Steve Farr talked about so far as connect percentage. It was not a scintillating performance for him, although he's going to take that to the locker room. The crowd here in Biloxi is not really cheering what Jermain Taylor did here tonight. And I thought it was interesting when he talked to you, Steve Farhood, he felt he got the job done. He did everything he's supposed to do.
I repeat what I said earlier to you, Barry. When is a W? Maybe a little less than a W. This is not the way Jermain Taylor wanted to win, because you have to project at this point. You can what would happen when he fights a better fighter than Caleb Truax? What happens when he gets hit with a right hand by a better fighter than Caleb Truax? And the answer to that, judging by what we saw tonight, is a little scary.
So once again, a really interesting night of boxing. One fight, still a very big question mark. There was one coming in and there's one going out. The other fight, there was no question at all.
Exactly right. And Jermain Taylor, I'd say, as pumped up as he was about this win, and I'm a little surprised by his reaction. In his head, he now knows that he maybe can survive one of these knockdowns. That's a positive. The fact that he got hit and got dropped is a huge negative.
All right, as far as Arislandi Lara goes, there were some question marks about him too, but he didn't show any at all. As we take a look at